Hey, hi everyone. Good morning. Everyone able to hear my voice, guys? Clear? Okay, very good. So, what we learned in our last class, we learned the some of the Windows functions, right? Some of the Windows functions like rank, row number, and dense rank. So, hope everyone is clear with the rank and dense rank and then row number. And also, we discussed about the derived table and then CTE. Derived table and then CTE. The main difference between the derived table and then CTE, derived table is only for the single purpose. I will show you the difference, guys. Okay, even we'll also discuss about the temporary tables. We'll discuss temporary tables later. But so the futures, if you see the futures, what is the scope of this one derived table? Like it's a single query only. Okay, you cannot go and then access outside the query, and then in the single query only one time you can go and then, so you cannot go and then reusable that query, so only one time you can use it, right? And then so cte is also single query but can be reusable within the same query. Okay, which is reusable within the same query. But how we will define? By using the from, I said, right? So if you want to, like, the subquery will define as a table. If you select the table, how you will select star from, or select whatever the columns you want from the table, will go and then select this. Yes, it is inline in the from class. Okay, and but where it will start with the with class, actually with class before the query. Guys, the differences you are understanding, right? The differences, and reusability within the same query, you cannot go and then reuse this, but this one, within the same query, you can reuse. Okay, and where it will store, it will not store in any tempdb, and physically it will not store anywhere, guys. Only when the query is running, that time only it will be useful. After the query is complete, and it will not store anywhere, only at the time of query running. So that time only it will store in memory, but it will not store in tempdb. But if you take the temp tables, right, it is in a session. Like, so if you open any window, with that window or with the batch level, it will open. And so we can also go with the select into that, I will tell you later. But we are also going to discuss about the table variable and then temporary table. So there I will explain very clearly, you don't worry about this point. But this will be, we can use in reusable times, actually. So temporary tables we can use, if you don't drop that, you can use a number of times, and then it will store in the tempdb. But these both will store in the temporary purpose, it will not store anywhere. Okay, and can we create index on this derived table and then CTE? Answer is no. You cannot create indexes. But temporary tables are same like a permanent table, right? You can go and then create the indexes on temporary tables. So temporary tables we are going to discuss in detail later. So this will discuss later. So there we will understand very clearly. Okay, this is one-time usage. Where you want to reusable and recursive, then we'll go with the CTE. Okay, hope you understand the difference between the CTE and then common table expression, like CTE and then derived table. So derived table and CTE I've explained explicitly yesterday when we'll go with the CTE. And then even if you want, there is one more point, actually. So if you want to do with the, like, it will work only with the select, actually. Here you will go with the insert comma update and delete and select. So all these things you can use when you go with the CTE. Yeah, but it is only work with the select. You cannot go and then delete, you cannot go and then use. Okay, clear, guys? So these are the major difference between the derived table and then CTE. Derived table and then CTE. Okay, so we'll go with the detailed information. So there is a table variables also there. So what is table variable and what is temporary table? When we'll go with the table variable and when we'll go with the temporary tables and all, we'll discuss in deep, in deep. So what is the difference between this? And then when we'll go with the what and all, we'll discuss deep later about the temporary table. Already I explained what is temporary table and all in when we discussing the view. But again we'll go with the deep. Okay, that is only high level I have given, but we'll go with the deep level. Okay, so this is all about the derived table and then CTE, guys. Next, we have the some more Windows functions. We have like entile, some more Windows functions. We have entile and lead and lag, right? So we have the some more functions, Windows functions. These are the very, 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 very important functions, guys. Entile will do the grouping actually. It will do the grouping or batching. It will do the batching the records. So like it will batch the records. It will batch the number of records, how many numbers you will provide in this in tile, like so it will divide it into that many. It will batch the number of records, how many how many. So the number expression, right? So suppose if I give 2 here, like it will, so like suppose if you have the 20 records, it will divide it into 10 10. Are you getting it? So it will divide it into 10 10 records. So two batches it will divide it. Okay, so let me go with any of the table. Let me go with any of the table. Like so yesterday we created the employee table, right? Let's go and then select that employee table, msbi samples. And you can, so you can go and then select star, or you can go with the first, you need to go with the from. Okay, from employee, employee employee table is not there. Yes, employee. And you can go with the star, and you can go and then execute. So how many records are there? Total 9 records are there. So if I go with the 2, how it will divide? Let's go and then do this. Okay, let's go and then do this. So what is the expression? Like so you have the number expression here. You have the number expression, number expression over. So if you want to do the partition, so without partition we'll go and then do this. Then after we'll use the partition. So first we'll go with the without partition, and then you can go and then select employee id, employee id. So before going to that, we'll go and then select the employee table, and from that employee table you are selecting the employee id, and then name, and then salary. Okay, now you are going with the entile. And then you can give the number of groups, how many groups you want to do, and then you can go with the over. So all this we are going with the window only, right? So that is the reason we will go and then use the over, order by salary, descending. Okay, so based on the descending order, we are going to like comma. I forgot the adding comma, guys. That's the reason it's giving errors. Okay, now you can, what happened? So now you can go with as a batch. Okay, now you can go as a batch, and you can go and then select this. So you are giving the order by, and then column name ascending or descending. So you can go and then execute this. What is entire? Entire must sorry, comma I have given. Sorry guys. Okay, so we should not give a comma. Like sorry for that. Like even when you use the row number and then rank and tense rank, right? So we haven't used this one. Okay, so I forgot, I have added the comma actually, so that's the reason it's not giving. So it's divided into two batches. Like so this is the batch one till here. This records, 4 records, so 5 records are batch one, and then next 4 records is batch two, next 4 records is batch two. So like this it is divided. So suppose the first batch you want to load in another table, and then second batch you want to load in another table, then you will go with the like you will divide it like so. Better, so mostly what we'll do, like so if you use the departments, right? So you have the department wise batches. Okay, if you want a department, how many departments we have, so you can do the partition, and then you can do the departments, and then you can divided those into the um, batches. Okay, suppose like let me go and then select the department as well. So comma, so how many departments we have, like so it we have, and then sales, and then it, and then hr. So 3 departments are there. So I will go with these 3, and then I can go with the partition by, I can use the partition by. So I'm doing the partition based on the partition by department, guys. Partition by department. So if I do the partition by department, so it will divided it will do the partition based on the department, and then see, so this is the like hr, it is doing the partition, like this is going with the batch one, and then again this is going with the batch one. like this it is doing the partition, and then so like which records it is moving, so based on the salary, right? So based on the salary I'm partitioning and then moving the batches, moving the batches. So if you want to go with any partitions and then salary descending, and so like this one, so like it is going with the ranks, okay, it is giving the ranks, and then it is moving like, so the where we want to move the first ranks, and then where we want to move the like second ranks and all, so you can go and then move this guys. Okay, so like this will, so entile is mainly used to divide it into batches. So if you don't have the partitions, like it is simply divided the records based on the like, so like suppose if you have 20 records, it will be divided into 10 records, so just doing the groups. But if you use the partitions, like how the ranks will be give the ranks, and so it will divide it into this, like how many numbers you specified, that many numbers, that many ranks it will, that many batches it will give. Okay, so I'm giving the three batches, right? So it is giving, it is converted into three batches. Clear? If I go with only two batches, what it will return? See, it is giving the like hr, like hr to hr, it is sorted the, it is partition the hr, and then it is giving 1 2, and this one is giving 1 2, and it is like 1 2 is in one batch, and there is a sales department is 1 2, like see it is giving this two is one batch, and this is another batch. Okay, so like that it is giving into two batches only. Okay, so it is giving batch 1 batch 2, batch 1 batch 2, and it is also giving the again, so this is batch 1, and then again it is giving. So in the departments it is dividing into the batches. Is that clear guys? In the department, based on the departments it is dividing the batches. Okay, so which batch records you want to move one table, and then which batch records you want to move in another table, so that you can go and then use the end type, that you can go and then use the end type. Clear? That is about the entire list. Now now if you have the like there is a lead and lag, lead and lag. So what is lead and what is lag? Lag means, so if you want to retrieve the previous sales, like same period last year is there, right? In our power bi we have the same period last year. What it will do, like whatever the period you select, so the period, whatever the period is there, so what is the previous, the same period, what is your previous amount, right? What is your previous amount, that will give the lag. Hello, is everyone with me? So suppose what is the date today? So this today date is 26th September, 26th September 2024. The same period last year, what is the date? Okay, if you want to go with the previous day, so what is the sales? So if you have a, if you go with the day wise, so if it is a previous day, it will give the previous day date guys. Okay, it will always go with the previous day. Okay, it will retrieve the previous day, so lag will retrieve the previous day, lag will retrieve the previous day, and then lead will retrieve the next day, lead will retrieve the next day. Okay, lag will retrieve the previous day, and then uh, lead will retrieve the next day. So let's see with the example guys. Okay, so suppose if you have this table, okay, if you have this table, like so sales id, sales date, and then amount. If I go with the previous day, if I go with the previous day, so what it will give? So for the first one it will give the null, for the first one it will give the null, and then so what is my previous day value? Like this is the my previous day value. Hello, yes or no? This is my previous day, like so I'm in the first second 2023. What is my previous value? This, is everyone with me guys? And the sec here, what is my previous value? This is the my previous value, yes or no? So here you will get this value, and so if I go this row, like what is my previous value? This is my previous value. So this will give the lag, this will give the lag. Am I clear guys? How lag is giving? So this is my previous sale. So if you want to see the differences, like if you want to see the differences, then definitely simply you can go with this one minus this one. How much differences you have, you can go and then see the differences. Okay, for that purpose we'll go and then we'll work with the lag. Okay, let's create this table, and then whether we are getting the same results or not, we'll see. Okay, whether we are getting the same results or not, we'll see. Okay, so now, so if you want to create this table, let's insert this data and go to this power like SQL server, and go with this data. Like if you want to create this table, like create a table and sales table, I can say TBL sales table, or you can say sales table, the TBL sales table, and you can go with this open bracket, and you can go with these columns, open bracket and close bracket, and then you can go with the columns, and you can go with this and integer, right? So set that is the integer, and then comma, and date is a date, you can give a comma, and amount is integer again. Okay, now you can go and then insert this data into insert into um, TBL sales table, TBL sales table, and you can, so suppose if you want this order, if you want to mention, you can mention this order. But if you don't want that, you can go with this simply values. So I have given the values only, like, so just if you just simply go with this one, and you can go this way, close bracket, and then you can go this way, and then open bracket. So what I said, guys, so if you want to go this way, like shift and alter down arrow, you can give a comma, and so here also you can give a comma, guys. And so this, you, if you want to give the double quotes, like simply, so simply you can go with this shift shift and alt down arrow, shift and alt down arrow, and then you can give the comma. Okay, and if you want a comma, like you can go this one, shift and down arrow, and then comma. So last column we don't require a comma, and then you can create a table and then insert the data. So I have created a table and then inserted the data. So let's go and then select a star from this TBL sales table. Okay, so now you can go and then do this. So like you have the like 2023 first like, so each day wise you have the data. So here if you want to use the like select, so instead of going with this all the columns, like we'll go and select the columns. First what we'll go with the sales id, sale id, comma, sale date, comma, sales amount, sales amount. So as an expert you need to use this way, guys. Okay, you have to go with the column by column, you cannot go and then write a continuous. Okay, sales amount, sale amount or sales amount, sale amount, from which table you want to, like TBL underscore sales table, right? So this is the way you will write columns, and then sale date, sales date, so it's sale date. Okay, so this is the, what is this, it is giving error, sales date, sale date, sale date data I have written, sorry. Okay, okay, so if you have this one, so like if you use the lag, so what will happen, like let's go here and then use the lag. The syntax of the lag is, so like which column you want to go with the lag. Okay, that sales amount column I want to go with the lag, and over order by, like order by. So you can go and then use the order by, you can go and then use the order by, or it's whatever the salary, so salary basis only, right? We want like salary or like sales amount or whatever. Okay, so you can give the sales amount, sale amount, you can give the sale amount, and the order you can mention. If you don't mention, it will go with the sorting order, it will go with the sorting order. Why again it is giving an error, guys? Lag, order by. Okay, so order by. Okay, so now you can go and then select this. Now you can go and then select this, and then you can say this as a previous day sales. Okay, you can give the column name as previous previous day sales. Previous day sales. And then if you want to see the differences, how you can see the differences? Okay, if you want to see the differences, simply if you want to see the differences, simply you can go with the sales amount, sum of sales or sales amount minus this one, this previous one. You can give the comma here. Okay, and you can go with this one. So as differences, you can say difference. Okay, now you can go and then see the differences. Very simple. See here, it is giving the differences or not? Hello. Yeah, this way. So like if you want to go and then compare with the previous one, and then even if you want to go with the differences, then simply, so it's an interview question recently, asked in interview also, like how this lead and lag. It's a very very important function case. Okay, you cannot go and then give this one within the, so like whatever the alias name you have given, you cannot give here. Okay, but you need to, again you need to write the what, you need to write the cte or derived table, and then below you can use that. Okay, alias names where you have written the alias names, you cannot use that immediately. Okay, that is a rule. Clear? Awesome. So next way, same like a next. So lag, lead, this is the lag, and next we'll go with the lead. Okay, so we'll go with the lead. Lead means like, so next day sales. So if it is a next day sales, like how it will give is like, okay, if you go with this table, if you go with this table again, and if it is the next day, so like how it will give. So what is your next day salary here? 3,000 is this is the next day salary, right? So next day sales amount, sorry, next day sales amount is this. Okay, it will give here. And if you go this row, what is the next day here? Like this one. Hello, this is the next day case. Next day. Am I clear or not? So if you go with this row, like what is the next day? Like this is the one next day. And then if I go with this row, if I go with this row, like what is the next day? So this one. But if I go with this row, like what will get here? What will get here? Null will get. Yeah, we'll get the null. Clear? Let's go and then see that. Let's go and then see that. Very simple. We'll use the same table from like tbl tbl underscore sales table, tbl underscore sales table, and you can go and then select the sales id, and then sales date, and then you can go with the sales amount, and you can go with the lead. Okay, you can go with the lead. So whenever you write a function, guys, any function, so you need to go with this. So what is the amount, so which amount, or if it is a salary based. Okay, if it is a salary based, you have to give the salary. If it is a sales amount basis, you can give the sales amount. Are you getting it? So if you want to see my previous salary, like it, what it will do, the main goal of this lead and lag, like, so lag will go with the previous row, lag will go with the previous row. So like suppose if you have, it's not like if you having like a month wise, you want to see the month wise, then how we can do that? Okay, so yeah, so first of all we need to do the sum. Actually we need to do the sum, and then we can go with the like even if you want to do the partition. Okay, so I didn't use the partition. So first we'll complete this lead one, then we'll go with the detail. We'll go with a little deep, guys. Okay, we'll go with a little deep. Okay, so let's go with the over, and order by order by sale amount, order by sale amount as next day sales. Okay, next day sales. But if you want to see the like, sorry, I didn't close this one. Okay, so here if you want to see the differences like amount sales amount minus, so whatever the next day salary we have, right? So just you get next day sales amount, you can go and then use this as the next day difference, next diff next day diff, something you can say, and then you can give a comma. So I forgot to give comma, so this way you can go and then do this, and then you can go and execute. And first invalid column, so I think somehow I've given the spelling mistakes, and then order by, if you don't give this, so definitely uh, yeah. So it is always, see, this is the next day, see here you can go and then see this is the next day, and this is your next day, and this is your next day, and then this is your next day. And if you do the minus, like, so this is giving the differences. Okay, so now the thing is, if I go with the partition by department, guys, okay, so we have so suppose if you have the department as well, okay, if you have the department as well, so in department, what is your previous sale for the department? So if you write the partition for the department, like, let's create the same table. So like, so you can add the department as well, you can add the, or else you can go with another table, sales department, you can go and then add another table. So you can add the department varchar 10, and then you can go with the sales department. Okay, so this table you can go here, and then you can add this one, and then, so suppose if you add the department here, comma, and you can give the double quotes. In the double quotes, you can give IT, and again you can give the HR, and again you can give the IT and HR, and then sales, sales, and you can add one more record. You can add one more record, that is like 40,000 sales. I can, so you can add a comma, you can add a comma, and then you can add two more records, guys. Okay, you can add two more records, and this is like IT. I'm going with the 90, and this is HR, like HR we have. Okay, so this is the data we have. Yes. Okay, let's go and then create this and execute this. So 8 rows are affected. Now if you go and then select this table, now if you go and then select this table, so if you go with the partition by from this table, and you have the employee ID, employee ID only, or sales ID, sales ID, comma, sales ID, comma, sales date, comma, sales amount, and then if you go with the lead, lag, open bracket, like sales amount, sale amount, over, over, and you are using the partition by, what is you are using department, you are using department, order by, order by sale amount. Okay, you can go, I am not giving any order, I am just giving like as previous, as previous. Okay, and you can give the comma, you can take a copy, so instead of this lead lag, you can go with the lead, you can go with the lead, and you can say this as next day. Okay, so next day. So when you go with the partition, so what will happen, we'll see. So where is the, again select the department, right? So select the DEPT as well. Select the DEPT as well, and then you can go on the next bit. See here, HR is partitioned, and then IT is partitioned, and then sales is partitioned. So it is grouping. Partition means just it is grouping, but it is not any doing sum. Okay, but only group by will do the partitions and then do the grouping, but partition is not. So group by will do the aggregations. Group by will participate in the aggregation, but partition will not do any aggregation. It is it is grouped, actually it is partitioned, that's it. So in that, right, so if you go with the for HR previous day sale, so for HR you don't have any previous day sales, but for this HR, like, so for this date, so what is your previous day sales, like this one. So you can say salary, guys, but this sales is not suitable, but just think that it's a salary. Okay, so again you will go with this date, like, so for this HR, like, so what is previous salary, like this one. Okay, are you getting it? So what is the previous salary part, like, so you can go and then, so for this one there is no previous salary, but this one you have the previous salary, like this one previous salary. And again, so ITs are also divided. Look, for first IT date is this salary, and so for again you can go with this. So this for this one, what is the previous? So this is the previous, right? So this is the previous. For this one, this is the previous. So like this, it is giving the previous. For next, if you go with the HR, so this is, if you go with this, if you go with this row, so what is the next one? So this is the row. So it is giving the next day. So it is partitioning, and then it is giving the previous and then next. Am I clear, guys? So hope you are clear with what is lead and lag. Hope you are clear with the lead and lag. So even we have the functions like a uh, previous day, and then how you have the next day functions, right? The same way you can go with the previous lead and lag. By using the lead and lag, you can go with the previous day and then next day, guys. Okay, very simple. Now the thing is, if I want to do the running totals, so we have the running totals in running totals means cumulative totals are running totals in Power BI. So if I want to do the running totals, how can I do this in Power BI? Very simple, guys. So let's take the same table. Let's take the same table and go here. But we are not going to use the lag and lead. Just what I will use the sum here. I will use the sum and over order by this one, order by this one, and you can remove this. This is, you can say this is the running totals. Running totals. What is mean by running totals? Does anyone remember what is running total, guys? So this first day you have the, like, suppose you have the remove the department, guys. So you may not, you will clear with this once you remove the department. Okay. So running total means, suppose today you have the 50 rupees. Tomorrow you have the 100 rupees. How much you have? Like 150 rupees. And day after tomorrow you have one more 100 rupees. How much you will have? 250, right? And again the next day you have the 200 rupees. How much you will have? Yes, cumulative totals. So like that, so what it is doing, so you have the same day, so like you don't have any running totals, like it is giving as this. But so the next day you have 4,000, so the previous amount is 3,000, so previous amount and then this amount, you can do the sum here. And again, so this 4,000. Okay, so here you have the duplicate, so that is the reason it is giving the same actually. But it's need to do the cumulative. So where we have, when we have the duplicates, right, so how to do this cumulative, we'll see tomorrow. But the thing is, so what it is doing the cumulative, so like it is adding the 5,000. Earlier we have the 11,000, and then it is doing the cumulative. And then 6,000, for the 16,000 you have, if you add this 6,000, like it is giving the 22,000. Like so, if you have 7,000, if you add that 7,000 here, like it's giving that. So that way, if you want to do the running totals, like you can go and then use the sum over. That's it, sum over. If you want to do the like department wise running total, just you can use the partition by. Clear, guys? If you want to do the department wise running totals, you can just use the partition by. Clear, guys? Use the partition partition by partition by department. So you can use the partition by department, and then you can go and then do the running totals. Like it will do the like so you can add the partition here. Like so you can add the department, or at the end you can add so that it will be clear. So HR it is partitioned. So for HR, like it is having 3,000, then 3,000 plus 7,000, like so 10,000, 10,000 plus 8,000, it is 18,000. This is partition for the. If you want to do the month wise and then year wise, guys, how you can do this? You can add the partition simply. Okay, in partition you can give the month, so that will give the MTD. Am I clear, guys? So if you want to do the MTD, how we can do this? Simply, so you have to extract the month from here, and then you can give the month here, and then you can go and then do the MTD or YTD or QTD, all the things. So MTD means what? Month running totals, and QTD means what? Quarter running totals. YTD means what? Year running totals. Hello. So whatever you have done in the Power BI, so that we can also do in SQL Server. So Windows functions are very very useful to do this kind of analytics. So again, it is moved to the HR. So HR also partitions like first we have for HR you have the 4,000, and then again so 4,000. So 4,000 plus 5,000 is sorry, like 40 plus 50, it is 90. 90 plus 90, 180. Yeah. So for the sales also like 40, 40 it is giving 40 plus 60, it is giving 1 lakh. Clear? Just type C, guys, if you are clear with the lead, lag, and then so running totals by using this sum. Very clear, right? Very clear, right? So this is all about the Windows functions. Windows functions. Next we are going to learn about the stored procedures. What is stored procedure? What is stored procedure? Stored procedure is a program, guys. Okay, stored procedure is a program like where we can write all. If it is a stored procedure, right, in inside stored procedure create. So normally like when I use the create command, right, create procedure name. Okay, you can give the so underscore, like you can give the SP. So SP means stored procedure. But why I'm giving the prefix as USP? USP means user defined procedures. Okay. Actually, Microsoft has given like SP for the system defined stored procedure. Okay. If you creating some SPs, definitely you have to give the USPs. Okay, as a prefix. So for table we are giving TBL, right? For view we are giving the VW, right? So the same way for the procedure we can give the USP. Okay. Don't use the so Microsoft is reserved this word like SP. So don't use prefix sp, or without underscore you can go and then use sp, not a problem. Okay, but you don't use sp underscore that whatever the stored procedure you are giving, don't give that. Okay, so give the procedure name, guys. Okay, give a procedure name, procedure name. Okay, and you can go with the like you can go with the parameters, whatever the parameters you want to give, that like input parameters, output parameters, you can declare the parameters here, and then you can go with the as, and then you can go with the begin. You can go with the begin and sorry begin and then end. So in between you can write any queries, that may be ddl commands or dml commands or dcl commands or like whatever, all the things. Okay, you can you will declare the variables, declare the parameters, parameter 1 and parameter 2, parameter 1 and parameter 2. You can say like you can declare that, and then after you can go and then write the any even you can write simple select query also. So this is the syntax. Even if you want to see this where we have this stored procedure syntax and all, you can go with the databases. And what is your database? Like MSBI sample, and then you can go to the programmability. There you have the stored procedures. You can go to the stored procedure folder, and you have the system defined stored procedure. But if you want to create a stored procedure, so if you don't know what is the syntax and all, simply what you can do, you can go here and then right click on this folder, and then go with the new stored procedure. So it will give the syntax, guys. It will give the syntax. Okay, so what is this giving the syntax? Simply it is giving the, like first of all, normally whenever you create a stored procedure and all, what is the purpose of that stored procedure and all? Who has created this one, create a date, and then this description will be there actually. So in real time people will use these descriptions. Okay, and after, like, so by default we'll have the set and signal and set quote identifier on all these things. Okay, now what is the stored procedure? Create stored procedure, procedure name. Okay, create procedure, procedure name. And so whatever the procedure name you want to give, you can give that procedure name. Okay, and add parameters. So whatever the parameters you want to add, you can give the parameters. So first, you whenever you declare the parameter, you can give the data types, and then you can give the um, parameter name and data types also. Okay, so parameter name and then data type, and then parameters are optional, whether you can give the parameters or not, that's up to you. And then you can have the as begin. So as begin, and you can go with the set now count on, and then you can go down, and then you can write the, like, input parameters and then output parameters, like you can. So here, like, you have the input parameters and the output parameters. So you may confuse all these things, right? But don't go with this one, all these things. Okay, like it's a very simple. They have given the comments actually. Okay, so just to, we'll go with the create procedure. And suppose if you want to create the procedure, like procedure, so just a sales table. Okay, TBL. So like USP. So your user defined store procedure, like sales. Okay, I want to go with the sales. I don't want to use all these things. I don't want to use the parameters. I'm going with a simple procedure, guys. Okay, I'm going with a simple procedure. I'm going with the as and begin. Even you can remove this, like this comments, guys. Okay, whatever the green color it is showing, just it's a comment. You don't worry about that. Even the insert here or something, like whatever the query you want to insert there, you can go and then insert the query. Okay, simply you can remove this. And then if you want to go and then write the select star from TBL, TBL sales. So this is it. That's it. Okay, this way we'll create a procedure. So we can write simply like a select statement. You can also create a table here, like whatever the table you created, right? So you can go and then create a table here and insert the data. You can create a table and insert the data, and also you can select the values. All these things you can do here in the stored procedure case. Okay, you can, so you can also drop table if exist, if exist. So if you want to execute multiple times the physical table, right, so already will be existed, right? So so if you want to execute multiple times this stored procedure, you cannot go like directly going with this, so you need to add this command. So if this is table is already existed, you can go and then drop this table, and you can create this table and then insert this data. And then even you can select this. And even if you want to write the lead and lag, you can go and then write that. So yeah, even you can go and then read this lead and lag inside this one. So you can go and then use that queries here inside the stored procedure. So this is simply, you can say, like all the, it's a batch of T-SQL, guys. Okay, whatever the T-SQL commands are there, all the T-SQL commands you can work together. Okay, you can use the, simply you can inside store procedure, you can use the DDL commands. You can use the DDL commands and DML commands, or TCL commands, or DCL commands. And then also you can use the Windows functions. And also we can use the indexes. We can also use the views. Whatever the SQL concepts are there, all the things we can use in the stored procedure. So that is the reason stored procedures are very very important guys. So suppose whatever the query you have written, so whatever the query you have written for the lead and lag and then differences, so what are the differences you want to see and all, so then where is the differences guys, so above we have written the differences. So this next day and then previous day. So like suppose if you want to go and then give this in this stored procedure instead of going with a simple select, then you can go and then give this inside. And then I've created the stored procedure. Just you can click on this, it will create the stored procedure. It will create the stored procedure. But this stored procedure is not having any parameters. But stored procedure will have the parameters also. But parameters are optional. If you want to create a parameters, you can go and then create the parameters. But how to, so for view we are, how we are selecting the view, just simply you are going with the select star from view, right? Select star from and you are writing a view, right? But how we can call this, how we can execute this stored procedure? How you can go and then execute the stored procedure? Just take this stored procedure and at the end you can go and you can go with the exe or exe. So this is exit. You can use the exit keyword and then you can execute this. So whatever the select query will give the results, that results it will give. Okay, so whatever the select query it will give, so that query it will give. Are you getting it, guys? So what it is doing actually inside the store procedure, it is if the table is existed, it is dropping this table and creating this table and then inserting the data and then again it is selecting the query. It is selecting the query. So like this, you will have a number of, why the stored procedure will have the n number of lines guys? Because of this kind of logic they are inserting, like they are working like whatever the way they want to modify the data, they will use all this inserting and deleting and then updating and everything will be used inside the stored procedure. That is the reason stored procedure, they will use whatever the shape they want the data. So they will use all the queries and then they get the shape and then they will insert the data in the final table. So that is the reason stored procedure will have the n number of lines actually. Okay, so it is inserting the data and then after it is selecting the data, right? So that is the reason when you go and then execute this stored procedure, it is giving the results. Is that clear, guys? How the stored procedure will be created and then executed? How the stored procedure will be created? So you can also use the exec, or you can also use the execute. Okay, I've given the very simple. No one is typing, guys. This is very bad actually. Whether you understand what is the stored procedure, how the stored procedure will be created, like inside. Okay, so you can use exec or exec keyword to execute the stored procedure. Okay, to execute the stored procedure, you can use the exec or execute keyword to execute the stored procedure. Okay, tomorrow what we will do, we'll go with the parameters. So there are input parameters and then output parameters. What is input parameter and then what is output parameter? So what are the advantage of this stored procedure and all, we'll go with the in detail why we'll use the stored procedure and what is the advantage of the stored procedure and all, we'll go on the next, I will go on and explain tomorrow. Stored procedures are very very important. So if you go other than the stored procedure, right, so you have the functions and then views and then triggers and all. Okay, so you cannot use all this inside the stored procedure like ddl command, dml commands. Even you can also find the errors, you can also find the error. You cannot do error handling. Okay, you cannot do the error handling in other error handling in other like views and then functions actually. Okay, even in views only we can, view is nothing but a saved select query. You cannot go and then create a table and then doing these things. Okay, we'll also see the differences between view and then store procedure and then functions in detail. Okay, so what is function and then, so what is the difference between the function and then what is not possible with the function? So what is like advantages and disadvantages, we'll also see in details actually. We'll also see the in details, like and even if you want to execute from the like object explorer, you can right click and there is a execute stored procedure. Everyone able to see this one? So from object explorer also you can go and then execute the stored procedure case. Okay, so just you can right click and then there is a execute stored procedure. You can go and then execute this and then you can click OK. It will open a new window. There it will be executed. See, it will open a window and then there will be executed. And then if you want to see the script, so someone has created, you don't know who has created, but you want to see the script, how you can do that? So you can go to the object explorer, right click and then modify. So if you right click and then modify, so it will give the, like, so the stored procedure in a, like, alter. If you go with the modify, then definitely it will say alter procedure name, and you can whatever the command you have given inside, so that way you can go and then see this. But if you don't want to see, like, I don't want to alter anything, I don't want to touch things, what you can do, just you can go here instead of modify, and then you can go with the, like, uh, script to procedure as in a new window. So it will give the, like, create script actually. But if you want to create and drop, then you can go and then go with the script of, so like even this you can go with the tables also guys. Okay, if you want to drop, alter table, and then if you want to create or alter, so then you can go with the drop, you can go with this one, like drop stored procedure. How you can go and then drop the stored procedure? Simply you can write the drop procedure name, drop procedure name. So if you want to alter procedure name, so you can go and then alter procedure name. See, simply you have the drop procedure name, you can go and then if you drop this, it will, simply it will drop the procedure. Okay, you can write a drop procedure. Even table also, if you want to drop the table, what is the syntax is drop table name. Okay, so drop table name, and drop procedure name, drop view name, or anything. If you want to drop, you will use the drop. Okay, and then what is you are dropping, so that name you need to give. So the same way, so you can go and then right click, whatever the options are there, you can go and then use it guys. Okay, so any dependencies you want to see, like what are the dependencies are there in this, all these things you can go and then do this. Okay, this is the way to create a simple procedure. But if you have the parameters, how we can create that, how you can create that, let's see that. Let's go. And even you can also, one more way also, you can see the script guys. So suppose if you can if you don't want to go this way, or if you want to see another way, how you can see the query, like what it is written inside the stored procedure. Just simply you can go and sp underscore help text, sp underscore help text. So here you can give the stored procedure name, or you can give the view, or you can give the function. So what is there inside that stored procedure, what is there inside function, so this will give the details actually. See, you can take a copy, and then you can go with the new window, sorry, you can go with the new window, and there you can see this is the what we have created, right? This is what we created, right? Stored procedure name, and then so simply what you have written inside that stored procedure are inside the views. Okay, if you have any view, you want to see the view script also, like simply you can use this. Okay, so just you can drag this view here, just drag the view here, and you can see inside the view what it is written. The syntax dbo, I think dbo is not required here. So inside the view what it is written, so simply you can go and then take a copy and then remove this and then paste it. So this is what we have written. Okay, so that will give the help text. So how you can go and then, like, so this is very frequently we'll use in real time guys. Okay, how you can see the, like, inside the stored procedure, how you can modify that stored procedure, how you can okay, so tomorrow what we'll do, what are the input parameters, and then how to output parameters, how to provide the input parameters and then output parameters, like, what is the advantage of the stored procedure, why we need to go with the stored procedure, what is the usage of the stored procedure, so what are the benefits if you go with the stored procedure, and all we'll see tomorrow. Okay, what are the benefits we have by going with the stored procedure, why we need to create the stored procedure, and all we'll see tomorrow. Clear? So once we complete the stored procedure, we'll go with the functions. User defined functions are there, so we'll go with the functions and triggers. Then after okay, so functions and triggers from next week, so next week also 1 or 2 days class we'll have the SQL. Then after we'll start the SSIS guys. Then after we'll start the exercise. Clear? So next week, from next week onwards, we'll start the exercise. But still, people are not paying fee and not taking the videos. But these are the advanced classes, guys. So I request everyone to take the recorded videos, paying fee, and then take the recording videos, guys. Thank you.